What's up, guys? We have an amazing video in store. We have the amazing Christy, and I'm super excited to be diving into her Amazon influencer business, learn from her experience. I love these types of videos because it allows us, even me, as Amazon influencers, to learn what is working, what's not working, how we can be as efficient as possible. And that's the whole goal of this channel, is to work smarter and not harder. So Christy, thanks for coming on. Thanks for giving us your time. Let's go ahead
Yeah,
and
thank you
dive.
so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course. We're going to dive straight into it. And this is going to be fun because I don't know too much about Chrissy's journey. And so I'm going to be learning a lot on this call. I already know it. So let's dive into it. Let's dive into like what you were doing before the Amazon Influencer Program and what led you to starting the Amazon Influencer Program.
Yeah, what I was doing as it relates to content creation was zero things. For whatever reason, I sort of had started to see all kinds of stuff online about Amazon Influencer, and I thought, that's interesting. I work in emergency services. I'm a 911. I work at a 911 call center, and my wife and I are transitioning out of sort of the regular 9 to 5 sort of job, and we have a long ramp up, but we are going full time in an RV in a couple of years. And so that sort of started the ball rolling for me of, okay, if I'm leaving a brick and mortar making money, how am I going to make money from the road? And what could that look like? So then, yeah, as I'm thinking about that, I start seeing stuff about Amazon Influencer, and I thought, maybe that could be something. And so I started down the whole rabbit trail of Amazon Influencer and what that means and how you can make money. And I was like, I have an awesome personality. I love Amazon. I could totally do this. And so I started, and really what I did was I knew I needed to get approved. I didn't have, I think you needed like a business Instagram or a business Facebook also. And so I had been hearing that TikTok was the best way to get approved. And so I started a TikTok account from zero because I'm in my 40s and I didn't know anything about TikTok, literally at all. And so I was like, well, I guess we're going to learn as we go. So I started a TikTok account, and everything I had read said, well, you need to like get engagement. Again, I'm not an influencer. I knew nothing about what that meant. But I thought, what creates engagement more than dogs? So I created my TikTok account around my dogs, and I used all of the like auto cut features. Like I'd put some video in my dog, I'd find a song that went with it, I'd let TikTok do the auto cut, and then I'd post it. And so I like set it up so that I'd post 3 to 4 times a day, and I made no excuses about it. And it was like 8 days or something, I got approved.
Wow.
I had maybe 15 followers.
Wow.
But I had loads of engagement, and I was on it. I made sure to post religiously. I was applying for the influencer program like 27 times a day, and I got approved really quick. And so then I started. Then I got approved for on-site in one shot, and we've been going ever since.
Cool. Well, congrats. That like gets me fired up hearing, because one, it's really cool to hear like what you're wanting to do with your life, you know, the RV, and this just fits it perfectly. But what's so cool is me, you, the listener, we all have different goals in life, and whether you're wanting to do it full-time or part-time, at home, on the road, like the Amazon Influencer Program is built for everyone. And whether you're an influencer, not an influencer, you don't even have a social media account, it's still for you. So that's so cool that you were able to, start that TikTok with, did you say no experience of TikTok? Is that what you just
I
said?
had no experience.
No
That was my
experience with
first TikTok account. Yeah.
and get approved in 8 days.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So walk us through, you're learning it from zero, which that's how everyone starts. And that's how I started 2.5 years ago, just jumping right into it. What was it like when you first started? When did you start seeing the money? What were some of the hurdles that you saw? Actually, we'll dive into the hurdles. Let's just start with what, like, when did you start seeing money, and what did you do to start?
Well, I made myself a goal that in the first month I was going to get 100 videos posted.
Awesome.
And truthfully, at that point, I didn't really know sort of how that would translate in real life, other than I had been hearing that obviously, and I feel like it's obvious, of course, that the more videos you have, the more money you're going to make.
Yeah.
And starting at the time I did, which was like the last week of September, you know, that's go time for making money in the Amazon influencer program. So I was like, I got to get 100 videos up really quick. And so I did that. And, you know, just like everybody else's first 100 videos, they weren't great. But, you know, I refined the process and got a lot better at it. I got into, I guess at that point you had to sort of get approved for creator connections. It wasn't quite so everybody just gets in. And so I got into it fairly quickly, started requesting samples fairly quickly. I started, I guess my first month I made like $350,
Wow.
which, you know, at that point I thought, whoa,
Yeah.
that's amazing. And then I thought, if I make $300 a month, that's awesome. I'll be thrilled with that.
Yeah.
And then I've made over $1,000 at least every month since.
Wow.
And so I thought, oh, okay, this is like legit. I can make real money doing this. And I know, like, I say that, but I know people like you or other people who've been doing this since the beginning, where you were making money hand over fist. So it's not, obviously it's not that, but for me, it's like, holy smokes, there's so much money in this still. So people say, like, it's saturated, and sure, heck yeah, it's saturated. It just means you have to work differently. You have to work in a different way. That's all it means. Not that, like, you can't make money, because clearly you can.
Yeah. Chrissy, that was amazingly well said. Something I want to expound on that. You went from nothing to just, you know, you had a goal to get 100 videos up. You made $300 in your first month, and now you're making over $1,000 a month. That is insane. Like, anyone listening right now should take that and run with it. Because sometimes, I remember when I started, it was like, is this actually going to work? And you almost need to see the money come in before you're like, oh, it does work. Let's go hard now. But like, that's a true testimony right there that this does work. And something that I want the listeners to do, like a big takeaway from me listening to that, is setting that goal, like 100 videos in the first month, to just keep you on track, keep you, you know, locked in, and then you can see what the results are. I see so many times where people, like, they get 30 videos up, 40 videos, like 10 videos up, and they're like, oh, like I'm not making any money, or like I've only made $1,000, and it's like, well, you can't really like say that until you get a good amount of videos up. And then I also love what you said at the end of, you know, there's obviously competition. It's obviously changed. Like when I first started compared to what it is now, it's totally different. Does that mean it's still impossible? Like, is it still possible to make money? 100%. There's just things that you need to do differently. So let's dive into that now. What are some things that you would do that you've done differently to make sure that you're working smarter and not harder?
Well, I mean, when I first started, of course, like everybody, I thought, okay, well, I need to just, you know, make a video of everything I have in my house. And at the beginning, I thought, like, yeah, that's what everybody says you have to do. But it took me a hot minute to say, like, okay, well, everything in my house is not created equal. And so at that point, that was before I knew about Viral Vue, and so I started trying to figure out, like, what does it mean to research a product and look for things that are going to be good sellers. And again, at that point, I'm like, oh, that says it sells 4,000 units a month. I'm going to go for that. Not knowing, well, of course it sells 4,000 units a month. That means there's a gazillion influencer videos on it already, likely. So I was trying to make videos of those things. But I think, honestly, the biggest game changer for me, of course, was Viral Vue. I joined Viral Vue and I joined Oink pretty much at the same time. And for me, like, having a tool that not only helped me know what videos to make, but also when I'm shopping on Amazon, because I shop on Amazon, then I know what to get. Like, that's the difference for me than most of the other extensions, is that Viral Vue tells you, like, yeah, you can get whatever you want, obviously, but this is going to be the thing that has the greatest potential to make you money. And so me paying attention to those things, I think made a big difference. So yeah, I think that researching products and using the tools to do that is what helped me sort of catapult. And now I will say, I've done lots of things along the way in terms of, I joined, I don't know, 400 of those Facebook groups where they're like, here's this free product. But then I started to get really overwhelmed because they're not just giving you a free product. You have like a list of stuff you need to do, and it's for like $10. It's not like you're making a ton of money doing that. So I've since exited those Facebook groups, and I've met lots of people along the way. I just recently met a guy named Billy Thorpe, who I know you're familiar with, where I started to learn the great world of brand deals, right? And he talks a lot about maybe money. And at the end of the day, you review something, you're maybe going to make money, right? And when you have brand deals, when brands are paying you up front, you're making money. So I'm trying to transition to that more than just hoping, like making a video and hoping it's going to make me money. Now, if you do your research and you're, making videos on the right things, your wish has a little bit more behind it than just a wish. But the more I can have brand deals, the more I know that I'm making money up front. I mean, brand deals last month itself, I made $300 on brand deals. And for somebody who hadn't been doing that, that's a lot of money for me.
Yeah. Wait, as in the commissions from the brand deals, you selling the product, them paying you for it. What is that?
Yeah, when I say brand deals, I just mean the money up front.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, $300 just money up front is fantastic.
Yeah, that's not bad, right? And so it's sort of trying to fine tune that process. What does that look like? How much can I actually charge people? How can I get my name out in front of more people? All of those things make a huge difference in how much money I'm making,
Yeah. Brand deals is truly like one of the best ways to scale with the Amazon Influencer Program. I love the concept of maybe money. And the thing with the Amazon Influencer Program is there is truly so many ways to make money, and there's so many ways to go about it. And like you said, reviewing all the products that you own, that is a strategy, and that was the strategy I used when I first started, just reviewing everything. And it did work. However, there's certain strategies that are going to help you be a little bit more efficient and help you grow more, using your time in the best way possible. And I think brand deals truly is one of the best ways to do that because, you're getting a free product. There's one source of income. You can now resell this. You're getting paid for it. There's another source of income. You upload the video to Amazon. That's kind of the maybe money. Like there's no guarantee, but like it's still possible. And then sometimes they're gonna even pay you for the rights to the video and whatnot.
Yep.
So yeah, brand deals is absolutely amazing. So let's dive a little bit more into brand deals. How are you leveraging, getting brand deals and making sure you're doing it in the most efficient way possible? And $300 just up front to get free products is crazy. Like imagine someone telling you a few years ago that you can get paid $300 to get free products sent to you. Like it's crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's dive a little bit more into the brand deals.
Yeah, I think you honestly nailed it when you were saying that you get one product and you now have 4 streams of income from that one item, which is mind blowing to me. And when people ask me about it, I'm like, yeah, I'm like on this one product. Without even selling anything on Amazon, I made, $300 or whatever, whatever the amount is. And that's crazy. So yeah, I think that for me to leverage that, one, you have to make good videos, right? And I will say, I want to give so much credit to Billy for how much information he's passed along in terms of that. I learned a lot of this from his Deal Makers group. But having good videos, having good quality products because if you don't, nobody wants to pay you to make videos. Lots of people are out there making 30-second videos just so that they can get in the carousel, and that's not a good quality video that you're going to sell to a brand, right? They're going to be like, yeah, great, you're not paying any attention to what the quality of the video is. So that was huge, I think. Cool. And also making sure that my contact information was visible. And, a lot of people, I think, leave money on the table when they don't do a YouTube channel. And I think YouTube is like the best way for me to have gotten my name and email address out there. Because, and of course, like Instagram was a big way too, but
Yeah.
I actually don't use Instagram very much. I don't post to it. I think that if I probably posted there more often, people would see it more and probably contact me more. But by and large, I'm posting to Amazon and YouTube pretty consistently.
Cool.
And so YouTube is sort of the driving force behind getting my email out there so that sellers are emailing me. I'm getting, 5 or 6 emails a day from people saying like, hey, will you, make this video? Of course, then that, that number goes down when I say, sure, this is how much it's going to cost.
Yeah.
They, a lot of times are just thinking, oh, I can just give a product. And through Creator Connections, that's how you can do it. But if you're going to email me, I'm going to try and maximize my earnings on this because it all takes time, right?
Yep.
So that has been super helpful, having YouTube for sure.
Yeah.
And I think I'm starting to consider like moving over to Fiverr. A lot of people are using that too as another way to contact sellers. They might not buy from you on Fiverr, but your contact information is on Fiverr, so then they can get you some way else.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. There's so many ways to get brand deals. Before Creator Connections, I mean, it's so fascinating hearing your story because it's so different than mine. Like before Creator Connections, I would say 80% of my brand deals came from Instagram, like people coming to me. And so,
Oh, really?
And for you, it's like it's the YouTube, it's email, and it's like there's so many things that work. And now I would say majority of my brand deals are coming from Creator Connections. So it's so cool. But the more that you can get, like the concept's the same. The more that you can get yourself out there, whether it's the more videos you have on your storefront, the more videos you have on YouTube, making sure your contact information is there, the more people will find you. Then also there's the other ways of, reaching out to people in Creator Connections. So there really is so much opportunity. And like you said, I mean, you're getting 5, 6 messages a day and you're telling people your rates. A lot of them say no. I'm in the same boat. Like if people aren't willing to pay me, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
We're kind of to that point. But yeah, with Creator Connections, those ones, it's a little bit different because you're reaching out to them. But if they're coming to you, yeah, you better be charging because they're coming to you. So give us a breakdown, like what percentage of your brand deals are coming from where? Is it majority YouTube?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I should say I assume it's from YouTube because that is the only other way that people would be
email.
getting in my email.
Yeah.
I know that some people sort of try and hack the system on Amazon and they'll put their email address in their about me thing in a weird way. I'm not going there. I'm making great money. I'm enjoying Amazon. I don't want to be booted from it. So
Yeah.
I don't do that. If people are finding me on email, likely it's from YouTube because that's where my email address is. Yeah. I can count on 2 hands probably the number of times I was reached out to on Instagram.
Really?
So it's really funny to hear you say so much of yours comes from Instagram because maybe 10 at most.
That's funny. Yeah. And it's like there's opportunity everywhere. And that's what's so fun about these calls is just learning from others and getting their experience. So with that being said, the experience, one thing that has helped me with where I'm at is my 2.5 years of having random like setbacks or things that have slowed me down or road bumps or whatever. What's something that you like was a struggle for you that you've now learned from and are no longer dealing with, if that makes sense?
Probably not playing pickleball as much. Just kidding. Well, of course, Amazon took over my life, so I don't get to play pickleball as much. So that has been a hurdle I needed to overcome for sure. But as it relates to Amazon influencer, I think that one of the hurdles was having this feeling of urgency, and that because a brand reached out to me, I need to say yes. And because a brand reached out to me and they didn't want to pay, I felt like, oh, well, okay, they don't want to pay, that's fine, I'll still do it. Well, no. So I think the biggest hurdle was sort of knowing my worth, and that like I make better videos than the average person. Then,
Cool.
and because of that, no, my videos are worth being paid for.
Yeah.
I'm not spending, 10 seconds before I make the video getting to know the product. I'm learning about the product. I spend time with it. I spend time recording it. I know that my videos look better than many videos out there. And so, like, knowing my worth in that way, that was probably my biggest hurdle.
Yeah.
And still, I mean, that's still a thing that I feel like, maybe I will say still will work with brands if they're a bigger brand, without getting paid, right? So
Right.
like you're
Right.
creating sort of a relationship in that way. But yeah, that was probably the hardest thing for me.
Yeah, I love that. Something that came to my head as you were explaining that is a lot of people are looking for opportunities to make money, but with the Amazon Influencer Program, once you're in it, you're looking for opportunities to say no to make money because there's, if that makes sense, I don't know if that makes sense, but like because there's so many opportunities, if you said yes to everything, you're going to be spread thin and your time is not going to be as valuable. So like you need to say no to a lot of opportunities so that you can really focus in order to scale.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think also a lot of people talked to me at the beginning saying, well, you need to post on Amazon, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of these places.
Yeah.
And that was super overwhelming to me because again, I wouldn't consider myself an influencer. So, that is not my world. That is not a world in which I live in. I didn't want to be posting everywhere. But I did create, the Instagram account and I posted some things there so that I could create some sort of a presence and hopefully be reached out to there.
Yeah.
But I knew all along I'm going to focus on Amazon and then I'm going to focus on some on YouTube. Because YouTube, you can get monetized there as well, eventually, in theory. Yeah, I
I
just
love
thought that was
that.
another stream of income that I was going to shoot for.
Yeah, and it's fascinating. Like I know some people who like I have a YouTube, and I know some people who don't have YouTube that are crushing it, and it's like great. I know some people who instead of doing like shoppable videos, they do TikTok lives or Amazon lives, and they crush it. I personally don't like that, and it's like that's fine. And so everyone has kind of their own niche, their own thing that works for them, and it's
Yeah.
cool to see that there's a lot of different ways to get to the end result, which is that financial freedom.
Yeah.
So something that you mentioned earlier that was a huge help for you with scaling, working smarter not harder was Viral Vue. What would you say is the tool that has benefited you the most in terms of saving time or making you the most money?
God, it's so hard to say. I love it's so cheesy, but I love all of the things. Maybe the thing that like has helped me the most in terms of my workflow is the brand deal tracker.
Cool.
I do not use it as it's intended, and I think that you were saying the other day in some video you don't either. That I use it as the minute somebody messages me and I'm looking at that product to say like, do I want to do this thing? I hit it, add it to a deal, so that I know like if I ever said yes to this, I'm gonna be able to search for that and find it and be like, oh, that's right, I
Yeah.
did look that up. It came from here, and I'll put in the comments that I got it from email or Instagram, wherever it was that I made that contact. I'll put it in the notes so that I remember. Oh, okay, yep, that's right. That's what I'm doing. So just having that as a search field, and also speaking of search, is the search within chat. The the chat function in Creator Connections is absurd. They did a terrible job. I don't understand why they can't make this better. But Viral View did make it better. And so now I know that they say you can do keywords on the Amazon version. It never works for me. I can never find it. But the Viral View version absolutely works. Like, I don't know, 90% of the time I'm able to find the thing that I'm looking for using that. I don't know that I hear many people talk about that, but I love that function.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It's so cool. Like some people, like everyone's favorite tool is different. And again, it goes back to what we were just saying is there's so many different ways to get to that end result. And yeah, I like the way that you're using it. It's a little bit different than mine. But yeah, for me, when you're getting, brand deals showing up on your porch every day and you don't have it organized, like for someone just starting, it might be like, wait, that doesn't seem like that beneficial. Of all the tools, that's the one. But once you're like up and going and you're getting so many brand deals and you're losing track, like
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've gotten a product and I'm like, I have no idea who sent this to me. I'm just gonna wait for them to reach out to me.
Yes.
Because I do not know what product to tag and I don't know who did it.
Right.
So like I'll just keep like a stack of like unknown. But now
Yeah.
with that tool of Viral Vue,
And I feel bad about that, right? Because, part of what I'm doing here, in addition, and I didn't realize this is where it would go, in addition to building, an Amazon influencer business, but I'm trying to build a brand for myself now, right? And that's not something I had considered or even thought through, like, oh, this is something I'm gonna want to do. But now that I'm in it, suddenly I'm like, okay, so these things, like, everything matters. So every contact you make with a brand matters.
Yeah.
And they talk to each other. So like it's not like you can burn one brand and it's fine, you can just move on to the next. Sometimes that'll work. Other times they'll be like, nope, heard about you. Nope, not going there. And so not having things organized to the point that you get something on your porch and you're like, I don't know who sent me this. That I hate that for myself because that is saying something about my brand, and I want people to know, like, no, I'm taking care of my business and I know where everything's coming. Yeah. But also, you get so many things, it's hard to keep track of everything. So having the ability to search for things on Viral Vue helps me sort of keep a good name for my business.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Apart from getting, the video up on time in order to, develop that relationship and be trustworthy, is there anything else that you would recommend to someone to be a trustworthy creator that a brand would want to work with?
Send them your link. That's huge. Yeah. I didn't realize, but so many brands will send samples out and will never get a video back. Yep. But if they do get a video made, they don't necessarily know about it. Yeah. And now that you don't have to link it on Creator Connections to get that money, they hear about them even less. Yeah. So you sending the link to brands, they are so thankful. Like, oh, thank you so much. This is amazing. Really appreciate it. Here's another I can't tell you the number of times I send a link and they're like, here's another product for you. Mm-hmm. And had I not sent that link, I wouldn't have had that. You get the one and done, that's great. But again, I'm trying to build a business. Yeah. So I want repeat customers.
100%. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's crazy. Yeah, you send them the link and then it almost like refreshes in their head, oh, this is a creator. Oh, this made a video. Let's work with them again.
Yeah.
Something
also I've used, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, also I've used that in a way of, I just recently asked a brand for another projector, but I had made a projector video for them recently, relatively recently, and I just said, "Hey, saw this projector on your Creator Connections. I would love to make a video for you if you want to send me a product. Blah blah blah. Here's a reminder of the video that I already made for your company." I'd love to have it. And of course, they're going to send it. So same thing, right? And also not every time you reach out on Creator Connections, are you talking to the same person? So a reminder of like, not only did I work with you before, but you liked the thing before. Here it is.
Yeah. A huge strategy especially before Creator Connections that got me a ton of brand deals was I sent a follow-up message to every one of my contacts. I had hundreds of contacts on Instagram, and I just said, hey, do you have any other products that you need a video for? And then it was just yeah, we do. Not everyone said yes, but I had so many, and it was just oh shoot, I overdid it. I've got too much. And so to anyone that is thinking there's not opportunity, you can't get brand deals, there is still so much opportunity. You just
there really is.
Gotta find the way to do it. Well, just to wrap up, what would be your biggest piece of advice, first, for someone who is just starting, and then second, for someone who has been doing it for a while?
Someone who's just starting. I'm going to be real here, but the piece of advice I would give to somebody who's just starting is don't be lazy. Don't expect something for nothing. And there's on all of these groups, including the Viral Vue group, people want to expect that they're going to get gobs of money for no work. And yes, this is a simple way. It's a simple job, but it doesn't mean you don't have to put in work. It's the actual task of making a video is simple. But to make money, you need lots of videos. And that means you have to make them. So all of the extensions in the world is not going to be helpful for you if you don't have videos. So don't be lazy. Make the videos. Take the time and make good videos. And then you're going to get repeat customers. You're going to be able to get more brand deals. You know, there's so many things that will come by A, having videos, having lots of them, and B, making good videos.
Absolutely love it. Couldn't agree more.
And then what did the second one was somebody who'd been doing it for a while?
Yeah.
I guess the thing I would say for somebody who's been doing it a while is to be creative in your thought process for making money. Like I said, you know, it feels like a lot of people who've been in the business for a while are, you know, either giving up or just like resign themselves to the fact that they're not going to make money anymore. And the more I see that, number one, I'm like, great, more opportunity for me. But number two, like, just know that like there are ways for you to make more money. It just means you have to pivot. And if I've learned anything about being in the Amazon influencer program, it is about pivoting. And you just need to know like, okay, right now we're going hard on creator connections, but everybody's talking about it. Is creator connections going to exist in a while? And if it does, is it going to be the same? Probably not. So what are you doing now to prepare yourself for the fact that it is not going to be the same? You need to figure out how to make money.
Boom. I couldn't agree more. Over the last 2.5 years, I've seen so many changes happen. And I know for a fact in a year from now, something's going to be different. I don't know what it is. Is it going to be creator connections? Is it going to be another opportunity? Like, there's going to be something different, and that's just the nature of things. And there's going to be so many people when those changes happen that will quit or give up and say, oh, opportunity's gone. Amazon Influence Program's dead. No, like there's going to be something that we can do to change. So absolutely love that. Couldn't have said it better myself. One final thing that I would love to dive into just to wrap up this video, just to show people what is possible with the Amazon Influencer Program. If you don't mind sharing, like, I mean, I love that you shared $300 in the last month from
in the first month.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
$300
yes,
the first
right.
month. $300 from brand deals. What are some other like numbers that people can hear or see that can help them grasp the concept? This does work.
Yeah, I think. Well, first of all, I think what was it? Maybe 4 or 6 months ago or so, my Creator Connections income started beating my regular on-site income. And I think that's happened for many people. Yeah. So that just goes to show how important Creator Connections is right now. Yes, obviously you can make money in the Amazon Influencer Program without it, but why? So I'm making significantly more, like double almost what I'm making as for on-site. So Creator Connections is super important. And reselling the stuff. So, people get overwhelmed with all of the samples, myself included. But when I started to realize like, oh, I can make good money just reselling it. Like last month I made $1,500 reselling product.
What?
And that wasn't like I didn't do a yard sale or anything. That was just here and there selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace, which is always a dumpster fire anyway.
Wow,
but still.
Yeah. How much time do you think you put into that? Because like that's crazy. $1,500.
Yeah.
And just
I mean, geez, if it's just responding to yes, it's available, probably a lot.
Yeah, right. I think it's just Facebook Marketplace.
No, I tried to take pictures. I try to take pictures at the same time I'm doing my videos, right? So that just goes into a different folder so that once I'm done making videos, depending on what it is, sometimes I want to hold on to it because I know I'm gonna do like a comparison sort of video. But by and large, I'm listing it within the week of having made the video.
Cool.
And that makes a big difference because, my house can only hold so much stuff. But I mean, it's not, the year isn't even over, and as my first year, I've made almost $30,000.
Wow.
Which I think is pretty great for me.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Like, the opportunity is insane. Like, whether someone wants to do that full time or they want to do it part time, like, are you still working at emergency services? So
Yeah, I still work full time.
30K in your first year on top of what you're already doing as like a
Yeah.
part time. It's crazy. It is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, Chrissy, thank you so much. I feel inspired. I appreciate you coming on. Appreciate your wisdom, and I know I'm grateful for the opportunity to be an Amazon influencer, and I just hope that the listeners feel the same and are fired up as well. Any final word to wrap things up?
No, I guess I just want to say, I'm super thankful to you and Trevin for creating Viral Vue, because it really has, the term game changer is overused these days, I think, but it genuinely has been game changing, I think, for the industry. And I know there's lots of extensions out there, but Viral Vue happens to be my favorite. And I think that I'm super appreciative that y'all are, number one, that you made it. Number two, that you're as accessible as you are when things come up. Like, I can just message you and ask a question. So
awesome. Yeah, it's been a fun journey, and nothing makes us happier than seeing people have success with what we've created. So thank you. Okay, thanks for everyone for tuning in, and we will see you. Oh, one final thing I'll drop. Chrissy, what's your coupon code? I don't remember off the top of my head.
my coupon code is WickedGood.
WickedGood. If you haven't subscribed to Viral Vue yet, we'll have an affiliate link down below. If you want to show Chrissy some love and use her coupon code WickedGood, you can get 10% off for life. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, and we'll see you next time.